of the Indonesian Institute of Chartered Accountants, the Indonesian Economic Scholar Association, and the Islamic Economic and Business Lecturer Forum. Her scholarly contribution spans corpus index and nationally accredited journal, books, and instructional material, focusing on financial and Islamic accounting, auditing, fintech, e-banking, corporate governance, and leadership diversity. She has presented her work at both national and international conferences. Dr. Sutarti has received multiple honors, including Best Lecturer Award and Best Paper Award from Universitas Indonesia, along with Research and Community Service Grant from the Ministry of Education. She is also active in community engagement, promoting financial literacy, ethical governance, and Islamic accounting practices. We welcome Dr. Sutarti, who will deliver keynote speech. To Dr. Sutarti, the time is all yours now.
Okay, thank you, Nikita. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Greeting to all, distinguished speaker, fellow professionals, academic and esteemed participants, and to our honor institutional leader, Vice Rector, Dr. Ratih Puspitasari and Dr. Yan Horas Purba, and Dr. Yasmin, Head of External Affairs and Linkage of STI West Negros University. First and foremost, allow me to express my sincere appreciation for the organizer of this international seminar, with this present or remarkable collaboration between university from 4 countries, Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, and the Philippines. This cross-border initiative is a testament to our shared commitment to advance knowledge and professional practice in the region. It is also my great pleasure to acknowledge and extend the warmest greeting to our distinguished speaker, Assistant Professor Dr. Wanamina Bostan Ali from Thailand, Dr. Mima Villanueva CPA from the Philippines, and Dr. Farah Akmal from Malaysia, whose expertise and perspective enrich today's discourse. It is truly an honor to speak before you on this seminar on a very timely and relevant topic, the evolving role we now serve as guardians of ESG data integrity, assurance provider, and enabler of long-term value creation. Maybe my slide can, okay. We are now in a new reporting paradigms, one that goes by a number. Content today are responsible for crafting value narrative that connects business strategy with environmental risk and social impact in one integrated report. As stated by the International Integrated Reporting Council, integrated reporting explains how an organization creates value over the short, medium, and long term. According to Ernst & Young Global Investor Survey, 96% of investors consider non-financial information in their decision making. So this proves that ESG reporting is not just a compliant exercise, but it is a business imperative. Next, the shift is driven by the rise of global ESG standards, such as IFRS S1 and S2 issued by the ISSB and the EU Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive and the Safe Climate Disclosure Rule in the US and the Europe Sustainability Reporting Standard. A critical concept in this framework is double materiality, understanding not only how ESG issue affect the business, but also how business operation impact society and the environment. since 2024, more than 50,000 companies in Europe are mandated to publish ESG report under the CSRD. This make it crucial for accountant to be up to date with international standard. Next, accountant also play a vital role in providing assurance for ESG data from carbon emission and labor condition and governance practice. Relevant standard include ESSA 5000 from the IASB and IPAC attestation standard and guidance from IPAC and WBCSAD. 2023 PwC study revealed that 87% of investors are skeptical of ESG reports without the party assurance. This indicates the stakeholder want more than just number. They want credibility, and this is where we as a accountant step in. Next. ESG reporting involves processing massive and complex data sets. To navigate this, accountant must embrace data analytics, ESG dashboard and automation, and even AI for climate risk prediction and double materiality assessment. Companies such as Microsoft and IBM are leading by example through their platform. The Microsoft Sustainability Cloud and IBM Environmental Intelligence Suite. These tools show how digital transformation is essential to the future of ESG. Next. The ESG SAFE also calls for new competencies. We must now be able to interpret ESG metric, communicate narrative effectively, manage change, and detect or prevent greenwashing. The International Federation of Accountants, IFAC, highlights the need for specialist ESG training and certification, not only for current professional, but also for future accountants. This means continuous learning and upskilling are not optional, but they are essential. Next, how is this playing out in practice? Let's look at some example in Indonesia. Bank BRI applies GRI standard and use OJK Green Taxonomy. Pertamina in investing in energy transition and conducts emission audits. The Indonesia Stock Exchange mandates a sustainability report from a listed companies. And then in ASEAN, SCG in Thailand integrate TCFD, line reporting. Petronas in Malaysia adopts SASB and GRI framework, and Corp in Singapore employs external auditor for ESG assurance. This case so that ESG reporting is already being implemented seriously in our region. Next. Ladies and gentlemen, ESG not a temporary trend. It is the foundation of a sustainable business future. Accountants are not on the sidelines. We are central players in this transformation. We ensure data integrity, support regulatory compliance, and help build long-term stakeholder trust. Let us embrace this evolving role with knowledge, resilience, and professional integrity. That concludes the keynote speech I'm honored to deliver today. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you for your presentation, Dr. Sutarti. The next agenda is the most exciting agenda. The discussion of the webinar topic this time will be guided by Dr. Ratih Puspitasari, as a MBA, as the moderator of the Act-Tion 2025. Previously, allow me to read the CV of Dr. Ratih Puspitasari. She is a senior lecturer and permanent lecturer in the Master of Accounting Study Program in IB Kesatuan. Her current position is Vice Rector for Academic Affairs, and previously she served as a Dean of the Faculty of Business and the Head of Management Study Program. Dr. Ratih graduated with a bachelor degree in economics from the Faculty of Economics Trisakti, Jakarta. Then, she continued her study with a Master of Business Administration for International Business from Western Sydney University, Australia. And the doctoral program in accounting was obtained from Pajajaran University, Bandung, and she also spent 1 semester at Rutgers University, USA. Currently, Dr. Ratih is active in international cooperation activities and encourages students to participate in global activity like internship and teaching assistant in an international environment. She is also interested in conducting research in the field of environmental resilience and resources by utilizing technology. So, the next event will be guided by Dr. Ratih. We invite Dr. Ratih. The time is all yours now.
Thank you very much. Can you hear my voice? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Good morning. First, I would like to the honorable to Professor Dr. Bambang Pamungkas as Director of Institute Business and Informatika Kesatuan, the honorable Dr. Iswandi as a Vice Rector of Financial Research and Information System, and also Dr. Chan Horas V. Purba as Vice Rector for Student Affairs and Partnership, the Honorable Dr. Sutarti as a Dean of Faculty Business, the Honorable Dr. Adil Fadila as a Director of Vocational Studies, and the Honorable Mr. Sudrajat as the head of Bachelor Degree Accounting Study Program, and the Honorable all the head of study program, all the lecturers and member of study program, whom I cannot mention on one by one. Please allow me to express my respect to all of you and all the participants and esteemed guests who I am proud to welcome. First of all, I would like to thank to the MC for giving me the opportunity to moderate this international webinar, Act-Tion 2025, Accounting Information, with the theme Sustainability in Action, Strengthening Global Awareness through ESG. My name is Ratih Puspitasari, and I'm honored to be the moderator for the international webinar, a program initiated by the IB Kesatuan Accounting Student Associations. This webinar is designed as a form of contribution to expand students' academic horizon accounting, as well as to unite various academic and practical perspectives from friendly countries such as Thailand, Philippines, and Malaysia to discuss the latest development, challenges, and innovation in accounting information system, which international scale. This even not only serve as a platform for students to understand global perspective, but also open opportunities for cross-country collaboration in the academic and professional world. Now let's turn to our first speaker, Assistant Professor Dr. Wanamina or Dr. Nana from Prince of Songkhla University, Thailand, with her topic about effective governance practices and ESG reporting. So before, please allow me to read the CV of our first speaker. Prof. Wanamina is a professor and academic with a strong educational background. She holds SDBA in Management from Victoria University, Melbourne, Australia. Her academic credentials also include an MBA in International Business and a BA in Public Relations and Journalism, both from the University of Southern Queensland, Australia. She has been serving as an assistant professor at Prince of Songkhla University since January 2022 and has also held the position of director of the MBA International program at the same university since 2018. Her extensive professional experience spans both academia and industry. Prior to her current role, she worked as a lecturer at various institutions, including Prince of Songkhla University, Didai Sarin International College, Dasitani College, and Victoria University. In the corporate sector, her experience includes roles such as project manager, business development manager, and head of customer support at Broadway Digital Media HD and BHD. She also served as the president personal assistant at the Institute of Marketing Malaysia. Dr. Wanamina has made significant intellectual contribution with 19 articles published in peer-reviewed journal and 41 publications in referred conference proceedings. Some of her notable referred articles include Financial Factor Influencing Environmental, Social and Governance Rating of Public Listed Company in Bursa Malaysia, in Kogan Business and Management and Services Innovation Technology Applied by Halal Tourism Operator in Thailand, in the Journal of Halal Science and Technology. Additionally, she has authored four books, monograph or chapter. Her research efforts are also evidenced by 6 funded grants. In recognition of her work, she was honored with the Outstanding Academic Staff in Teaching and Learning Award by the Faculty of Management Science at Prince of Songkhla University in 2020. In 2023, she received funding from the same faculty to produce a textbook on contemporary management principle. She stays current in her field through the professional development activities such as attending the Thought, Leadership and Research Impact Seminar, or CSB, and the New Normal for the Digital Economy Supply Chain Symposium in Malaysia in 2023. So this is time for you, Dr. Nana, to have a material for our student here and also for students from Indonesia, not only from IBIC actually. Okay, your time.
All right. สวัสดีค่ะ สวัสดี everyone from I am in Thailand now, in southern Thailand. So สวัสดีค่ะ everyone. Really good morning to all of you. Thank you very much, Prof. Ratih, that introducing me the whole of full profile of my bio as well. Really appreciate that. Today, with the topic that you provided to me within the time frame, I will have the outlines of sharing the sessions with the topic of the effective governance, practice, and ESG reporting. I probably will cover with overview very quickly because I already mentioned some of it, and followed by narrow it down, share about ESG in Thailand, and also how do we actually report in Prince of Songkhla University here, because as a main vision mission of our academics and the educational institution as well. So then if it's all right, if you have any question, drop the message in the chat box. Feel free to question me at any time. Okay, and Prof. Ratih, if I overtime, you can stop me. Okay. All right, so with this topic, as you must know, the effective governance and practice and ESG reporting, we have to actually when we talk about this, I probably need to use some case study, right? So today I also prepare for that. But before going for that, just overview, as I mentioned, to understand ESG better. So we have the environmental, as you can see, there are 13 environmental refer to efforts like fighting climate change, preserving biodiversity, okay, and social focus on labor rights and human welfare, diversity, or even the governance include the board structure, business ethics, and also the transparency together with creating holistic pictures of responsible management. I just want to make sure you all see my slide because I keep moving my slide, all right? The next slide is a green one. You all see this, the green slide, right? This one just to show you, just overview that somehow it's also have a symbolic of the SDG that is also related because we have the combination of the big picture across the world. Every organization right now under increasing pressure of how we have to operate, even especially the SME, even SME or education sector, private sectors, okay? Because you have to operate just not the profit, you have to actually operate with the purpose, with the responsibility, right? Because right now, we have so many conflicts, getting more pressure and pressure all around us, okay? And the ESG is take place like very, pretty much violates our life, our working life, our operation as well. Violate in a good way to keep us in, put us in a frame. Okay, with these three: environment, social, and governance. Okay, they come to place very, very crucial to us. Environment, when you look into the organization, they try to protect the planet. We try to protect the planet. When Prof. Ratih mentioned just now, we also in our faculty management side organizing many projects that concern environment. All right, this is just like just give you a glance that the overview of the reporting like. For us, I'm not sure there are many frameworks, but for what we have followed, these are something that we actually referring to the steps of having the 7 key steps. When I teach the student, there are many, okay, for the business and management in general, we're using the 7 steps of the effective ESG reporting process. Okay, and we have the first, if you can see the first step, number 1 is a benchmark on top there. Okay, the first step, benchmarking, is mean that we have to have the organization, assessing the organization or company or sector whatsoever with the peers, with the industries, with the standard, with the best practice. Okay, this can provide clear starting point and identify the gaps and opportunities for improvement. So that's something that the first step. First, you actually assessing yourself, okay, benchmark with others, all right? And then the second step is select the disclosure framework. We select the disclosure framework, means choosing the right ESG reporting standards or guideline. There are many, as I said, there are many framework: GRI, SSB, TCFD, and ISSB. Or you can select framework that ensures transparency, or even think about how this should relevant to your project, relevant to your stakeholders, relevant to your mission. And then step 3, you gather your data. After you know first your benchmark, you also gather data from benchmarking. And then you come out with a proper framework that you want to align with. Sometimes we can using the quality insurance tool as well for make this make that become a framework for our organization. Then you gather the data, right? And then you actually starting involving collecting either the qualitative data or quantitative data. Yeah, you can starting like doing the secondary data analysis, this and that. This is part of the research, it required research. To do report, it required numbers of research as well. I actually have to integrate numbers of, I myself helping the PSU to gather all this data and involving many people to help us out, especially the one who are really good in researching, okay, and have a good data as well. And then step 4, if you want to report really, you have to how to say, transcribe your data, craft the narrative data, okay? You have to actually come out with a long-term strategy, clear communicating. You have to communicate to your stakeholder what you need to do. And then step 5, you actually do the report design. You're looking into the contents or come out with the layout or infographic. Right now you can well design because you have so many tools to design about ESG, not just ESG, I mean, design about anything. So the company ESG impact and progress report can be easily messaged out using a good report design, anything at all that you like just annual report or something like that. And then of course, when you do the report design, of course, you have to actually starting with report, you have to implement, finalize, and do the see whether it's actually can easily take into action. Like these seminars talk about action, right? But we do a lot of reporting, but to be honest, when it comes to take action or implementation, it's we're thinking of outline designing of planning of 10 things, but only 5 things can be done successful. But that's what it did not actually close any how to say innovative idea. Okay, we should actually proposing something really good, and then you actually share about your realistic action when it comes to the report. You actually share to the stakeholder that you have done this, you have done that throughout the website, throughout the whole social media, this and that. When it comes to report, have to be really impactful. Impact, when we use the word impact, have to be public eye, the place or platform or stage where we can have the cover all the stakeholders that relevant to our company and project, and try to presenting about our company's or organization ESG commitment. You have to message it out when it comes to reporting. So by following this 7 steps that I actually shared, the organization should produce the ESG report that not only for the data driven, but also meaningful and strategic. Okay, ESG reporting is not just a disclosure, but it's actually something to do with of course, earlier slide I showed the sustainable development goals, right? So you have to actually make sure it's driving sustainable impact as well. Okay, so with this, the reporting, I give you a case study of IKEA. I mean, I just gonna go for the a common case study that business school like to always use. Okay, so we have the global brand like IKEA, right? The IKEA ESG reporting and not just the complaint, but reflect the value of IKEA vision and sustainable living. So because they produce the furniture, the largest furniture retail in the world, right? So they start benchmark, right? The first step when do the benchmark, the company have to actually perform to the industry peers, like IKEA's people planet positive strategy set. They have to actually benchmark with other industry norm, with other furniture company as well, like global, like many others. And then after that, they use the framework of SDG, easy, okay? They use the framework of United Nations SDG, increasing the framework such as the task force, climate change, financial disclosure, this and that, right? So they do the report on the transparency, okay? The global comparable with others, I mean the others company that have in the same industry. And then they with the steps that I actually put up there, they go for the track carbon emission as well. For the when they do the data gathering, they go for the tracking the carbon footprint emission or energy usage. I try to use that practice in my class, Prof. Ratih, for gather the data for the carbon footprint emission. We have to actually, when we organize any events, the student have to calculate the carbon footprint. What actually done at the end of the day, we have to reduce. We have to find way to neutral. We have to create the neutral. So we try to practice those gathering data for this, okay? And then after that, we messaging out, right? And then IKEA doing this all the time. That's why we can find easy peasy, the searching for the message that what they do. They have to actually communicate with all the stakeholders that they're doing the affordable sustainability, or they're talking about the employee well-being, they're talking about the community engagement, even though, okay, not just environment. We also do that, okay? 3 triple bottom line always stick in my head. When we do any project, we have to think about 3P, okay? 3P is people, planet, profitability, okay? And then after that, we IKEA talking about the report design, the ESG report design. They actually have, I do not know, I did not get access the whole thing of this, but they do a case studies that they design as a case study. That's what I actually picked up. This is just partial, okay? That IKEA actually provide a good case study of ESG. So this is one of the format, okay, for the reporting. And then when it comes to the production steps, okay, they release the annually like a report, financial report, importantly, to show the transparency, accuracy, and accountabilities. And at the end, they start sharing, right? They start sharing multiple channels, and then they have this social media. If you guys just simply type ESG IKEA, is all over, okay? That's why it's really good case to share to you that they have done pretty good successful case for ESG reporting. And the end result and impact, they definitely, it's number one, they actually share a good case where they're reducing the greenhouse or gas emission, okay, 100%. When they produce and using the materials, they have a sustainable, reusable, or something recycling gadget and all that, okay? So with a conclusion for IKEA, I would say that the IKEA have done pretty good job. Once again, they're doing large corporation. They are a large corporation. That's why they have to really emphasize on the combined strategies of goals, and then the environment and social responsibility. And they have to do benchmarking as their best practice. So I would say they are role model for the ESG in the retail sector. Okay, with L'Oreal as well, I'm just gonna go quickly. Otherwise, I don't have enough time to share about our Prince of Songkhla University ESG reporting. But I'm just gonna go quickly with this one. Okay, so with another brand, but this is another type of the retail or the products that can showcase. Okay, they've done pretty good job as well with all these steps too. Okay, L'Oreal have put so much of effort. They can actually reduce, they're doing the carbon footprint emission reduction. Okay, with this ESG report, be aware that L'Oreal done pretty great job. Okay, with the ESG reporting, and also with others like other thing they do, we wouldn't know if they don't do this, right? So they have the ESG reporting, not just corporation obligation, but they also have the ethical priority, structured reporting, genuine action. Now we know L'Oreal have done a very great job with that. So with the good governance way, with the ESG actually embed the good governance there. So therefore, it's a great thing that that we have the ESG aligned and as a framework for many organizations. I just like to skip the Microsoft, it's just in case that we don't have much time. So now the ESG in Thailand. You guys, you know that in Thailand right now, we have so much problem, many going on, war, politics, climate change, climate action, and also many other, I would say we're still doing okay though. We're still doing okay. We're still happy with what we do now. But in Thailand, we are actively adopting ESG practice. So we are lucky that we still have the framework where we have to follow. With the Thai people, when it comes to regulation, if there is a strong regulation, we follow. If it's a shaky regulation, we not follow. This is funny thing. But what happened with our Thai corporation? The Thailand, we have the great large energy company we call P.T.T. or PTT, okay, in English, all right. So it's a largest energy company that really looking into the, of course, this ESG, all right. We this P.T.T. really responsible business. They have sustainability in line, both national and global expectation, because we do import, export, oil and everything. So this is really important sector that have to embed the ESG or even the sustainable practice within the organization. All right. So they have a steps as well. But I'm just gonna go through very quickly about this. First, when they do the reporting for PTT, because they are holding group, it's a group organization. They have a chain. Excuse me, sorry, I got cough a little bit. Okay, so we have like a commitment into the long term for the ecological footprint, I would call that. Yeah, that's a small text. I'm so sorry about that. So we do have the strengthen the community trust as well with this. We do know that we have many competitors. So what PTT have to benchmark with the competitor too. In Thailand, we still have this social impact on choosing the petrol station, okay, to, or even the energy to choose, because they still have a great competitor. They're not monopoly. That's the problem. Okay, they have. I'm not sure in Thailand. I have to ask Prof. Farah later. In Thailand, you have Petronas, right? So they are the largest one. But here in Thailand, we do have like quite numbers of the energy company here. So they have a great competitive, but yeah, competition is great. Make them, you know, they want to perform better. But only PTT have this report. That's something that really need the international standard, which I trust that PTT have a great besides Shell, they have a great reporting on the sustainability reporting and also ESG reporting. So when it comes to the framework, they're looking into the GRI, Global Reporting Initiative. I believe many of you are aware of that as well. We have another report, and also we have a SDGs for PTT that align with the global investor expectation. When they're looking into that, they have to looking into these two things, right? Whether you have ESG aligned great report and also SDG or even GRI right now. Okay, when they gather the data, okay, they do company do track the carbon footprint, the greenhouse or gas emission, right? So they have a water efficiency, safety record, employee diversity, community investment, and ethical governance. So they do have all these indicators that they have a good KPI that they have to actually meet all these, and also they have a sustainability strategies. So when the message out there, when we receive message, you guys can just Google it right now. They do have the new what do they call it? Like because they have to plug in with an energy transition or digital innovation, right? So they do have these highlight initiative like EV, okay, EV infrastructures or bio circular greenhouse, okay, or BCG. Yeah. So the company should act in Thailand. They start focusing on this. But to be honest with you, when it comes to evaluation, that's another story. We have, but evaluation part, that's another story. Okay, but we trust Thailand can do anything anyway. So okay, ESG reporting, when the design about that, okay, we do, but because we using Thai language as our national native language here. So the stakeholders of PTT International as well. So we do both. If you search that, you will see the report both Thai and English as well. Okay, and then we do have at last we're looking to the step 9, result and impact. PTT done pretty good job on ESG commitment. Okay, they have like a they are actually compared with IKEA, just side by side. They actually have a very explicit report. Okay, I actually did not actually share to you. You can Google it, you can just search it out and share and show that they actually have a social project, which not only environmental concern, but also the social project and community livelihood project is a lot as well. They have a strong corporation governance. Okay, they have the great transparent risk management as well. That's something have to thumbs up for PTT, that they've done pretty good job on that. Okay, so last but not least, for the energy company, I do aware that many other energy company doing this because they actually pollute our global, and they actually create a great global warming because they actually absorb of all our natural resources in the world. So therefore, it is a must for them to do this. Okay, so that's why when it comes to report, it's really explicit, it's really great, comprehensive, explaining everything. So but we can, using them as a good case study, okay, as a good example for us to operate something like them. Beside the PTT, we also have SCG and AOT. These guys are really work very hard to make themselves really, being called as a world-renowned, recognized industry in terms of the ESG or sustainable responsibility organization. All right, and in Thailand, all right, just to sum up, in Thailand we have a Thai Security and Exchange Commission. They actually are spearhead of the ESG integration. Okay, you can search them, but I don't want to say about the politics now, but it depends on our government what will happen to them afterward, that how we can actually say that our Thai Security and Exchange Commission is great. I cannot say that out loud now. And then the second thing is, of course, we do comply or explain the basis of the ESG matrix. And at the end, Thailand taxonomy aligned with ASEAN and EU standard and focus on sustainable transition in energy and transportation. I'm so grateful that we have the ASEAN network. Okay, ASEAN network still a great umbrella to protect certain things in Thailand. Okay, hopefully Thailand stable, and then we can still be as one ASEAN, hopefully. Okay, we do have the industry specific ESG focus in Thailand, but we do have the like as I said, we do have the energy company or resources sectors that lead the environment transparency, like agricultural, because in Thailand, just like Indonesia, we have agricultural as our main revenues. We generate a lot of revenue from the agricultural and food industries. So we do a lot of reporting about this. But as I said, there are the framework aligned there, but when it comes to the proper effective reporting, that's a question mark. I can't say because you have Zoom recording here. Okay, and then we actually looking into the covering the labor right, community welfare, ethical governance, right? So this thing, as we have numbers of poverty, I believe many others as well have that. So when there's a high percentage of poverty, SDG number 1, right? That's what every organization in that country have to work harder, okay, in order to reduce the number of the percentage, reduce. Okay, as Prince of Songkhla University as well, we do have a reductions of the, as you can see from this slide, we do as a part of our mission, we have to report that the SDG reporting indicate so many of great job that we have done, and recently we actually number 1 in Thailand in terms of the SDG reporting in SDG number 1, 7, 8, 15, 17. Okay, we so proud, and I'm so proud to say this to all of you, that we achieved 5 SDGs out of 17 SDGs. But these are the very important SDGs, okay? We do actually promoting about how our 7 steps of the ESG reporting there. But as I mentioned from the beginning, ESG reporting actually is a tangible thing. We have to actually, just like a sustainable reporting, it's just like GRI reporting. But when it comes to ESG at the moment, there's no evidence for that in Prince of Songkhla University, but I'm proud to say we do actually doing all these steps that we align with that. Okay, transparency, disclosure, integration principle, engagement, and align with the Thai regulatory framework and sustainability goal. All these we try to of course, we always benchmark with many others university, and of course we benchmark with UTM, we benchmark with IBIC, and okay, with all that, how you practice, we like to do the same as you, and then we don't want to go beyond, but we actually look you up as an example for the good and transparency, how you actually foster the graduate, all right, to one day become, you know, a person who can easily practice the sustainability in their workplace, right? So PSU consider that we are leading sustainability report, and we have ESG practice there. We wanted to be leading university in Thailand sustainably, not just only this year, not just only past 5 years, but we want to do this on and on. All right. So therefore, for some recent ESG related achievement, we are now I just speak on behalf of the team, okay, that we are now actually we work harder to do effective reporting, as the title that Prof Ratih giving to me. It's just a good title for me, and hit on and remind me that I have to push them forward, that we have to really make it happen. Okay, so as you can see, we've done this. I just show some evidence that we have a reporting, we have a news. We actually sent out the press there that we also have some of the example that our president also hosting the Global ESG Hospitality and Tourism 2025 conference, that we actually combination of researchers. Usually our output of the education sectors is research papers and also the innovation, right? The innovation and research paper, or even certification, right? So with this platform, it showcased numbers of the research has been done, okay? And also we're doing this for community and uplifting the economic and Andaman region as well. This is also part of ESG project as well. And then now, since I have a little time, I think 2-3 minutes left I have here. So I just saying that since I'm from Faculty of Management Science, okay, at Prince of Songkhla University, we have a mission that we had to have a sustainability practice as always. Our curriculum, when we develop the curriculum, we collaborate with industry projects. As you can see that at our Faculty of Management Science, we want to be leading. We want to be leader in a sustainable practice that embed through the curriculum. So we do hope that our research focus, student engagement, curriculum development, and industry collaboration will foster the real world of ESG reporting there. Okay, so I like to just leave another 2 slides here, Prof. Ratih. Just give me a few minutes there. For future outlook, expanding PSU to ESG impact, we hope that we can actually now we have a plan. Plan is there, plan for 5 years now. But we do hope that we can take action forward and take it a step forward, that enhancing research, we can have a global partnerships, not just only ASEAN region, but also in European and Middle East. That's our next mission. We like to attack together. And then we want to be a policy influence as well. Okay. Just showing you our project, Sustainability Challenge project. We do have the SDG as our framework for us to create a sustainability design. Okay, so this project is a flagship for us, but I haven't yet do the ESG report as a tangible thing yet. Not yet. As I mentioned, it's there. Prof. Ratih, I promise we're doing that, but we haven't yet actually do a proper like effective report there. Okay, but we do that, and then we would definitely gonna follow those steps. Okay, so last, I like to just give a key takeaway to wrap up that PSU is actually stand out as a model for sustainability reporting and also ESG integration. We work harder on that, and then we will, of course, combine the research, education, engagement with the community, and then we try to continue with innovate and expand collaboration, empower students, this and that. Okay, so this is just my last for everyone. Okay, one, what you hear from me, ESG is strategic, right? It's environment, social governance principle. It's not a trend. Everybody like to say, oh, SDG down, now ESG is a new trend. It's not a trend. It's a strategic. It's something that we actually think of the long-term sustainability, reputation, and resilience. Two, transparency build trust. You see, if we have this, we starting trust PTT. We starting trust PTT better than Shell. Sorry, it's recorded. Don't tell Shell I say this. All right. So, but Shell do that, but more outstanding from PTT that they have this. They communicate. They communicate the progress. They communicate their risks. They're being transparent about what happened. Uglies inside PTT before, okay, something like that. So everyone has a role in ESG. Isn't the responsibility? It's not about only the leader in organization, but it's actually staff, everyone, faculty members, like in university, even student also can actually contribute, right? So every level can create a social impact, okay? And also for university, ESG. The ESG, as an ESG leader as well, which like what we're doing right now. It's a great platform. Thank you for IBIC doing this. It's a great platform. Promote, get out there telling them that we're doing this. We foster the academic institution in position where we actually concern about ESG to the world, okay? Do that, and this is great. And keep continue doing this every year, Prof. Ratih, okay? And we have to continue improvement, okay? Not just, think about the regulation or something, but receive the feedback, okay, before you regulate something. Hear from the stakeholders of every party, reflect them, what they actually want, what they want to improve, this and that. We like to always ask the student informally, like, are you happy with us, this and that? It's a funny question, but it's just get them to contribute their thoughts, all right? So, next step for students, because how many students you have here? 322. It's a great number, like the whole school in Faculty of Management Science here. It's really great number here. Student, listen to me, okay? You should participate in or lead, okay? Taking lead in sustainability here, like a seminar like this, like a forum like this, or research, or your project. Let's say your lecturers ask you to come out with some of research topic, or try to think about something, to do with sustainability or ESG from now on. 2 years still hot, okay? 2 years is still hot topic. Do that. And practice mindful, okay? When you want to reduce waste on campus, do that, okay? Do not be shy. Let's say start reducing using the bottle of water, plastic bottle of water, start from you, okay? And then after that, you actually can, come out with a proper, being a good governance yourself, all right? And for the faculty and staff, lecturers here, hello, I do really appreciate your participation and listen to me, okay? I need 1 more minute here. I just informing you that when we teach, okay, professors, the integration of the ESG concept is a must already right now. For me, although you teach accounting, and I really appreciate finance and accounting embed this because it's a must. Even in engineering, it's a must. It's a medical, it's a must. Okay, so in our curriculum, we have to really change. My MBA program now is not MBA, just MBA. I am now revising to become MBA Sustainable Management. and ESG is one of the module in there. Okay, so we try to actually do that in our classroom, in office, mentor student, okay, socially responsible leadership ourselves, professor. And then last but not least, a tagline, last but not least for everybody, ESG is not just report, because I don't have report now. ESG is not just report, it's a mindset. It's together. We can lead by example and make our institution a force for the good in society and societal impact everybody. Thank you very much, Prof. Ratih. Thank you very much, everybody. ขอบคุณค่ะ
Thank you very much, Prof. Nana, for all the excellent, insightful presentations. And I will remind for you for your suggestion. It's not only reporting, but have to be implemented, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just give applause to Dr. Nana, Prof. Nana.
Thank you.
Okay, so now let's move to our second speaker, Dr. Farah Akmar from University Technology Malaysia, with her topic of discussions about opportunities and challenges in implementing ESG reporting. So before I would like to read the CV of Dr. Farah. Dr. Farah, Strategy and Quality Manager at University Technology Malaysia, UTM, where she spearheads international accreditation initiative, including AAC, SB, and MQA compliance. With over 16 years of expertise in risk management and policy development, Dr. Farah excels in transforming governance framework into actionable strategies. Her work extends beyond academy into impactful social entrepreneurship, having trained marginalized B40 women through her well-being society and a champion green initiative with Asian Network for Green Entrepreneurship and Leaders. As an accredited HRD Corp trainer, an ISO certified professional auditor, she brings theoretical ESG principle with on-ground implementation. Holding a PhD in business administration and multiple sustainability focused certification, Dr. Farah will share Malaysia's pioneering perspective on opportunity and challenges in implementing ESG reporting. Please join us. Welcome, Dr. Farah.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good, beautiful morning, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Ratih Puspitasari, for giving me a chance to actually be a part of the speakers for today's session. All right, now allow me to actually, am I supposed to share the screen, or can I share my screen, or what?
We can share from here. Or you want to do it?
You want me to do? Yeah, I can. Which one?
Okay, wait. Okay, wait.
Okay.
Okay, we will share from here.
All right. Okay then.
So,
Okay, so so I've been given 30 minutes, right, to actually say a bit on ESG context in Malaysian context, right? And I suppose that what Dr. Nana just now has actually briefly and wonderfully described, about the ESG context in overall. There might be a little bit of redundancy here. Maybe I can actually, briefly explain a bit on ESG, and also, what's so called, explain. Skip some of those, which is redundant. So hold on a minute. I'm trying to actually fix my laptop here. Hold on, yeah.
your PPT is ready.
Yeah, my screen is ready now. Yep. Yes, it is. Okay, now I am going to talk about the compliance, from compliance to competitive in age, ESG in the context of Malaysia, in the Malaysian context. All right. Next. Okay, now this will be the learning objectives. I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to drag long. I hope, yeah, and do allow me. I mean, buzz me if I'm dragging too long. Okay, so I'll try to actually fix the time within the 30 minutes that been given to me. All right, so this will be all the learning objectives. Yeah, we will look on what the understand of ESG, explore the ESG in a context and practice in Malaysian, as well as identifying the opportunity, as well as the what's so called the challenges, yeah, of ESG. Now, next, okay. Next, we are going to look at the ESG. So again, I might want to actually skip this, but allow me to briefly describe, yeah, the ESG components, right? So E, as we everyone know, is actually an environmental. So environmental is, of course, yeah, to evaluate how a company manages the impact, yeah, its impact to the company, to the planet. S is actually stands for social, yeah, how the company treats social. When we talk about social, of course, it includes people, yeah, the employees, the communities, the customers, and every living, people and the stakeholders out there. All right, and last but not least is actually the governance. Yeah, the governance here is actually how, yeah, speaking on governance, it will look on how the company is actually led and controlled by board of the directors, by the ethics, transparent. It has to be transparent and also compliance. All right, now next. All right, so we'll look at the context of ESG. Now, speaking on the context of ESG, yeah, of course, it's been divided into the concept, the whole concept of ESG, as well as the practices of ESG. Now, in today's world, yeah, when we talk about ESG, it is actually the interconnection or transparent world that every stakeholders expect the business not only to actually generate profits. Yeah, we talk about business sustainability, business context, business, activities, and so on and so forth. But when we concern on ESG part, when we talk about ESG part embedded into the business itself, we are not only concerned about the profit, but also be transparent. How do they actually operate their responsibility and sustainability to the planet, to the people out there, all right, and so on and so forth. Okay, and when speaking on the practices of ESG, yeah, it serves as a framework, yeah, as a framework to evaluate how company manage its non-financial risk as well as the opportunities. So this is how ESG performance is now considered, where it is actually indicate as a long-term resilience, yeah, the ethical conducts as well as the sustainable growth. All right. Now, next, we are going to look at the ESG landscape in Malaysia. Yeah, the ESG landscape in Malaysia, the how we actually the traction of ESG in Malaysia. Yeah, a lot of like companies out there that we have had here in Malaysia. Yeah, we are. I mean, everyone are actually aware on ESG. I will say not 100% per se, but at least every companies they are aware on the importance and the practices of ESG. Okay, one of the what's so called bursa, yeah, the big bursa Malaysia, where they control on where all the reporting of from the public listed companies, yeah, they reported to bursa. In one of the contexts and one of the elements and factors that is actually requested is that they have to comply an ESG. Yeah, and that indicates or that shows how ESG are very serious, and we are really, I mean, we in the context of nation, governance, really see that this is something that we have to actually seriously take into action. Okay, and a lot of like stakeholders are also pushing ESG. Yeah, not only in the private sector but also the government sector. When I talk about a government sector, of course the ministry that involves is MIDA. Now MIDA is actually a short form for Malaysian Investment Development Authority. Okay, and also SME Corps, because SME Corps is the one that actually manage and taking, quote unquote, taking care of the companies out there, right? So every context, every activities, every reporting, yeah, they want to make sure that these companies, including whether it's actually a sole proprietorship, corporation, yeah, or partnership, yeah, or is actually in the context of SMEs or MSMEs, or every, you know, every little, every, you know, sort of like a context, okay, of companies out there has to actually comply with ESG. All right, so that will be in terms of the governments, yeah, the ministries and the agencies, the government agencies. Okay, what about the institution, the private institution? Yeah, we do have like EPF, the Pembadanan Modal Nasional Berhad, yeah, and also Khazanah. That are all the institutional and investor, yeah, which making sure that also the companies here are complying and reflecting, yeah, to the ESG concepts. Now, the trends, yeah, trends that we have had here in Malaysia is that um, I guess this is also been stressed by Dr. Nana just now. Yeah, sustainability is not just an optional. It's not just a choice, but it is something that is expected. Yeah, you are expect to comply. You are expect to actually practice. Yeah, ESG, because we are talking about long term. So in long term or in long run, of course, we want to make sure that everything actually goes smoothly, including the planet, including the people. So the planet and people, in order for them to actually, I mean, for us to make sure that these components are actually in well manner, in good hand. Yeah, the governance, yeah, from the company has to really take this into consideration. Really has to be at least a strong, consideration. Now, next, now we look at the awareness. Now, how are we, how do here we in Malaysia, making sure that ESG information, the details, the practices are disseminate among or across Malaysians. So the way that we do, yeah, the way that we conduct is actually we disseminate the information in every channels, yeah, as early as in schools. We also disseminate the information on ESG, meaning to say that the ESG awareness to the universities as well as to the communities. Now, let me start off with schools, the one that we have in schools. Now, why? The reason why we have this ESG awareness in schools is that to instill early awareness, yeah, to make sure that young people, not only the adults, right, but also young people, learners, young school children are also aware on what is the meaning of sustainability, because we keep on saying sustainability and sustainability, but maybe they're not aware of it, they're not sure what is it all about. So that's the reason why we actually make sure that the component of those is actually embedded in the schools. Now, there are 5 ways. Yeah, well, actually, there's a lot, but I would like to actually stress in 5 ways of how we what's so called disseminate. Yeah, we share the ESG information in schools. The first one is that in terms of the projects. Yeah, the projects and also campaigns. Whenever that we have campaigns, all right, whenever that the school children, yeah, their project works, yeah, uh, uh, they have had in schools, yeah, we will make sure that they'll introduce a topics of sustainability, yeah, as simple as recycling, as simple as energy conservations, yeah, anti-bullying under the ESG umbrellas, and so on and so forth. So from there, at least we make their eye wide opening on, hey, this is important. I mean, this is like something serious and fun. Yeah, recycle, sort of like activities and so on and so forth. All right. Okay. And not only that, we also integrate the ESG component into the curriculum, yeah, which involve a general subject such as moral educations, geography, science, as well as civics. So all of those, subjects and many more other subjects. Okay, so these 5, I would say that 4 subjects is pretty much I would say that a core courses, yeah, that has to have a curricula on ESG. All right. And also eco clubs, students who go for or who subscribe, so subscribe as a student green councils, they also will be embed or will be actually teach on ESG. For example, they will have to actually undergo with some sort of activities such as tree planting or no plastics days and so on and so forth. All right. And also, since we are talking about school children, right, storytelling is another way that we can actually put and include in the curricula or in the activity, in the school's activities. Yeah. Talk about comics, storytelling. We use comics, we use short films or gamifications, that has the elements of ESG. So from there, we see that how we can actually make sure that these children are aware on the context of sustainability. And last but not least is, of course, several hands-on activities. All right. Now, next will be the awareness in the university context. And the goal is actually, of course, to develop ESG or conscious graduates, and also to build a future leader which really concerned, which really aware, and which really is sensitive with the ESG components, right? And also we have come up with the 5 sort of like activities and also factors or elements throughout their studies in the universities, where one of those is actually, of course, we embed ESG in the academic curricula, similar with what we have done actually in the school for the school children just now. But for this time, it's actually for the university level, and of course the level is actually a bit higher. And among the courses that embed the ESG component is perhaps in the course of like business ethics, because business ethics is actually a core compulsory university course, which has been taken by every students across programs, no matter whether they are actually from a business background, an engineering background, and so on and so forth. All right. Not only in terms of business ethics, but also environmental economics and also sustainable engineering. Okay. And instead of like embedding ESG in the academic curriculums, we also have that student-led initiative research. Whenever that the student make a research, okay, we'll try to actually make sure that, hey, why not you include some of the element of sustainability in the research itself, and also probably we encourage them to do some sort of like a community based research, going out, approach the community out there, look at what are they doing, and what are sort of like intervention that we can bring up, to make sure that they can even increase. Because in our research here in Ajman Hashim International Business Schools, HIPS, right, we all of our we only have like postgraduate students, MBA, DBA, and PhD. Okay, and of course they have to do a research, right? For MBA, we call it as the research that they have to do is actually an action research, where action research is something that is a hands-on research, where the student will have to actually approach people out there, in this context, of course, businesses, okay, and then look at what are their problems and try to actually come up with a solution, and that solution has to also embed in content of ESG. All right, so that will be a student-led initiative research. And also another elements that we embed ESG awareness is we make as a host of any ESG awareness events. Let's say, for example, in a year, 1 week in a year, we have this what so called ESG weeks. Probably they can actually introduce an ESG weeks where the activities that can be held there is actually a campus cleanups, debates, forums, and etc., which relates with ESG. Okay, we can also give them a certification and also micro credential courses. Micro credential courses now is actually very famous, very popular, whereby the students or people out away from from the university, if they wanted to actually learn a little bit on certain topics, they can actually enroll for the short course. Okay, and that short course we always offer a short course on ESG. That's how we can actually make sure that people are aware on ESG. And also we do practice on green campus. So green campus practices includes reduce plastic use. Because here in UTM, all right, whenever that you tapao, whenever that you pack for a food, we don't use plastic. We use box, a recycle box. It's a big no for here to bring for the students and also for the staff, of course, to bring plastic here. We don't have plastic here in the UTM campus. All right. And also we use renewable energy. Some of the rooftop, we do have these solar panels. Okay, so that's how we did here to make sure that we do actually support and also practices the the sustainability concepts and also components. And also we do promote ethical procurement on campus. So that will be actually in the context of university. Now next will be the awareness, ESG awareness to the community. All right, same goes with the university and also the school students just now. All right, for this time around is actually how do we make and disseminate information on ESG awareness to the community out there. All right, so we have a free workshop, okay, asking them to actually join the workshop. And in the workshop itself, we will teach them and will make them aware on what is really sustainability, what's the benefits, and what's the impact of it if we really actually comply with the sustainability stuff. All right. And also collaboration with local authorities and also NGOs. All right, we do have a collaboration with them. Okay, and this throughout the collaboration, we do have make a partners with them and actually build up some sort of activities like projects or hackathons and also community-based research and so on and so forth. We also have promoting social inclusion, where in a year, 1 week in a year probably, we do organize ESG weeks. And also there's a lot of activities coming in down there for the ESG weeks. And also we practice for green campus. No, this can I okay, I'm looking at the this one, the sustainable living what's so called campaign. Sustainable living campaign is actually we encourage actions like carpoolings, all right, saving waters, buying local products, and so on and so forth. So those are among the initial, I would say initial initiatives, but gives a lot of impacts, to us, to the community, to the whole nation to know the importance, of ESG. Right now, next, let's look at the ESG opportunities. All right. So speaking on ESG, since we know that it is important, so we also don't want to actually left behind. Okay, we have actually come out with a few sort of mechanism which brings an opportunity for ESG to the Malaysian. And one of those is actually businesses, for example, if they want to actually increase or raise their capital, we can always provide, not always, but at least we do provide a platform where they can actually apply for a loan. And of course with with a guide, and they have to comply on the sustainability components, such as they have to actually assess and comply with the access to the green bonds and also things like that. All right. And one of the good examples for the sustainability financing that we have here is actually we call it as GTFS, that's Malaysian Green Technology Financing Scheme. All right. And also supports from the regulatory, from the authority, from the institutional, to all the SMEs, where we provide the ESG toolkits to them Yeah, and of course this is actually been highly implemented and recommended by the Bursa Malaysia's guideline, where they actually come up with a guideline for ESG toolkit, so that SME knows, okay, what are all the components that we have to actually comply when talking about ESG. Okay, and how do they, the SME itself, how do they declare themselves as ESG company? So they have to actually been provided, they have been provided with the toolkits, and then if they can check, if they check all the checklists which they comply, and the checklist is of course reflecting to ESG, so that means they can declare themselves as ESG businesses, right? Okay, and also market differentiation and also export readiness. Yeah, we provide the performance or ESG performance, which help Malaysian businesses to meet international regulations, right? For example, the EU supply chain due diligence level. Yeah, and also we do have this competitive advantage in the global market. Whoever that really comply, whoever that really sensitive with all the SDGs components, so we can actually consider them as having a competitive advantage in the global market. And also not restricted to these three, another can we have another slides? Yeah, a component of ESG opportunities in Malaysia is in terms of the operational. He has to be like operational efficiency. Yeah, practices such as like energy management, the waste reduction. Yeah, which leads to cost saving. And of course, last but not least, is actually we attract talent and building reputation, especially to the new generation which coming up now. Yeah, where they are the one who will manage, they are the one who actually taking care of the economics and so on and so forth. Yeah, Generation Z and so on and so forth. We are actually attracting them, attracting their talent, and make sure that they really understand and understand enough, but itself wouldn't work if there was no interest. So we want to make sure that not only they understand, but they are interested, to go for the ESG components and so on and so forth. Okay, next let's look at the challenges. Yeah, challenges of ESG in Malaysia. And of course, speaking on opportunities, we cannot run away from the challenges. When there's a pros, of course there's a cons. When there's an advantages, of course there will be disadvantages, but this is not in a concept of context or context of the advantages and so on and so forth, but this is actually a challenges that we face, of ESG in Malaysia. Now of course the first one, the challenges is that the awareness, the awareness, and also the capacity on SMEs. We encourage really SMEs. I'm talking in a context of SMEs. I'm not talking in a context of like a big giant corporation, because they are well taken. All right. Okay. In the context of SMEs, or shall I say that MSME, the micro, small, medium enterprises, where they are very small in context, the awareness might not be there. All right. Lack of resources, lack of tools, resources in the context of like employees who did not really know, how to run, what is the meaning of ESG and so on and so forth. Yeah, the knowledge, and they did not have, not to say did not have, but lack of tools lah. Yeah, to accept, to adopt and adapt ESG effectively. So that is actually one of our main concern, one of our main challenges. Now, and also, 10 minutes more, is it? 5 minutes. Okay, I'm wrapping up. Don't worry, Hannah. Thanks. Okay, now, and another challenges is that fragmented reporting standards. Yeah, fragmented reporting standards means that lack of harmonization. Yeah, ESG metrics. Because you know why? ESG is actually, I shouldn't say new, but it is technically, literally is actually new in a context of every countries across the world, whether they are developed or developing and so on and so forth, because we are introducing, and this is something that we need to be sensitive at. And so when we want to actually report the standards of ESG, it's sort of like lacking here, lacking a bit here and there. All right, and of course, when there's a changes, we need to make a change. And when there's a change, of course, we need to make a change. That means it perceives high cost. Even though not many, but the cost, what so called the cost impact is there. Next, another two challenges that we face is actually face of greenwashing. Yeah, so when companies report that, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, all is about the ESG. Yeah, it's only on paper, not in the real action. Okay, that's normal. And also short termism. All right, so business prioritize, normally they only prioritize profit over long-term sustainability goals. So that will be one of challenges, among the challenges that we face. And next, I think I've come. Oh yeah, okay. Now to summarize, the whole thing, ESG, as what Dr. Nanas mentioned just now, and I really 120 and 200% support and agree. ESG is not a trend. When we say a trend, that means, right, we only do it in certain period of time. Then after we reaching out a certain period of time, we divert our attention to do something else. No, it's a big no. So ESG is not a trend. It's becoming a standard for doing business. We have to make sure that we comply it and do it across because we are saving not only the business to get profit, to secure profit, but also we are saving the whole world, the planet, and also making sure that the society is actually being taken care as well. So call for action, not only businesses but also students. You really have to actually understand what is ESG, the opportunities, because it is not an obligation, but it's something that you need to know. When I say need to know, it sounds like obligation, right? But it's something that whenever that you think about ESG, is something that makes you attractive and you automatically be into it. All right. And of course we cannot go big. We have to start small, start from small. So that's the reason where I say that when you want to do something about this, you have to make sure that you have to start from beginning, as early as in the schools, right? And avoid greenwashing. You have to build real value. Don't just talk, don't just put something on paper but you did not talk. You did not implement it, so you walk the talk. And with that, next slide is, I guess that's the final slides from me. I thank you. And a little bit quotes from me is that I would say ESG inspires wise actions, meaningful impact, and service to greater goods. So with that, I thank you.
Okay, thank you very much to Dr. Farah for that incredible, comprehensive, and insight presentation. We learned a lot from both of you, from Dr. Nana and also Dr. Farah. So, but certainly not least, we are delighted to welcome our third speaker, Dr. Mima Villanueva, CPA from STI West Negros, Philippines, with her topic of discussion, integration and role of accountant in ESG reporting. So please me to read the CV for the last speaker. So, Dr. Mima is a certified public accountant and the Dean of the College of Business Management of Akuntan at STI West Negros University. She has a strong academic background with a Doctor of Philosophy in Business Management from the University of Sin Lasal, a Master in Business Administration and Bachelor's of Science in Commerce, major in Accounting from the University of Negros Occidental Recoletos. As academic leadership, she served as a Vice President for Academic Affairs at STI West Negros University from 2020 to 2024, and President of the Council of Dean of Business School in Western Visayas for multiple terms. In professional recognition, she received of the Philippine Institute of Certified Public Accounting Young Lady Achiever Award in 1990 and Outstanding CPA in Education Award in 2000. In quality assurance, she appointed member of the Regional Quality Assessment Team for Business and Management Education by the Commission on Higher Education's Region 6 since 2000. For international experience, she worked as an accounting professor at Ajman University in the United Arab Emirates in 2015 and 2016, and is currently an international research presenter and speaker for STI Negros University, Philippines. So, Dr. Mima, time is you now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. T. Thank you so
Yes.
much. I'd like to greet and thank EBIC for the invitation to be part of this Act-Tion 2025. Let me greet Sir Devin Rinalde Wiguna and Dr. Jan Huras Kurba, Vice Rector of EBIC, and also Associate Professor Dr. Sutarti, SEMM, SES, our keynote speaker a while ago, and Associate Professor Dr. Wanamina, Bostan, Dr. Vice Rector, Dr. Ratih Puspitasari, Vice Rector for Academic Affairs, and Dr. Sutarti, Dean Faculty of Business of EBIC, and also Dr. Sudarjat, the Program Chair for Accounting Program. And let me acknowledge also the presence of our distinguished resource speakers, Associate Professor Wanamina Hussain Ali of Prince of Songkhla University of Thailand, and Dr. Farah Akmar Anwar Salim of University Technology Malaysia. I'm very happy to be part of this group. And let me also acknowledge the presence of our External Affairs and Linkages Office, Dr. Yasmin Dormido, and our accountancy students who are here in the university. Let me request our students, can you just maybe wave? Accounting students from STI West Negros University. Okay, they are there. Yeah, thank you so much. And let me just, I really want to share my presentation. A moment, please. Thank you so much. Thank you. Dr. T, my topic and the rest of our invited participants here, my topic is about integration and role of accountants in ESG reporting, navigating disclosure and accountability. Okay, so of course we all know that the ESG reporting is one of the most important. No, not as what our speaker. No, it's more of a mindset, no, rather than just a trend, as mentioned by one of our speakers. And um, what an opportune time for the students to be here to learn from the experts on the topic, because not only that students are our future implementers of the ESG reporting and being going to the position of accountants in the near future, who are key players in integrated reporting, combining financial data with sustainability and governance narratives. My topic will deal with the introduction, the accountant's role, and the conclusion. First and foremost, sustainability reporting has become essential for business transparency. Sustainability reporting allows businesses to disclose their environmental, social, and governance performance to stakeholders such as the investors, regulators, employees, and the public. It enhances trust and provides a fuller picture of the company's long-term risks and opportunities. Accountants play a central role in ESG data management and reporting. We all know that accountants are charged with the collection, verification, analysis, and presentation of ESG data. Their financial expertise ensures that financial data like carbon emissions, then gender diversity or community investments is measured accurately and reported reliably. And in the Philippines, the Securities and Exchange Commission or SEC and global standards guide reporting requirements. For the Philippines, the local standard that we use is the SEC Memorandum Circular Number 4 series of 2019, and also the global standards mentioned a while ago by Dr. Sutarti in her keynote address, and also by Dr. Wanamina Bostan when he referred this as the disclosure framework. And this is further elaborated by Dr. Farah Akmar Anor Sali in her presentation as well. And in the Philippines, publicly listed companies are mandated to submit these reports. Well, this is a sample of the memorandum issued by the government, compelling all publicly listed companies to submit written report. And for the global standards, this was also already mentioned by Dr. Wanamina, the TCFD, the ISSD, the SASD, and the GRI. I'll not elaborate it anymore. It might be to just result to redundancy. Now, in the Philippines, the publicly listed companies are mandated to submit sustainability reports. And this is just a sample of the companies that are publicly listed, and the performance of the Philippine Stock Exchange Commission in 87 and until 2021 showed the rising and the uprise trend of the publicly listed company in the period covered 87 indicated by the different presidents of the Philippines. Now, for the roles of the accountant, one is ensuring compliance with regulatory requirements. When I discuss here in my presentation, I may refer to publicly listed companies once in a while, just to show how accountants integrate in the entire ESG reporting and what are their participation in this process. So accountancy ensures businesses follow regulatory mandates, particularly the Securities and Exchange Commission Memorandum Circular Number 4, Series of 2019, which requires publicly listed companies to submit an annual sustainability report. And SM Investments Corporation, a major publicly listed company, prepares its annual sustainability report aligned with the GIR standards and the IIRC. Accountants help ensure its disclosure on energy efficiency, climate risk, and employee development are consistent with the SEC guidelines. So we can see that accountants are within the system of the reporting itself. These are some of the sustainability efforts of SM Investment Corporation, one of the biggest conglomerate in the Philippines. So SM Investments Corporation were among the companies cited during the inaugural Triple P Sustainability Awards in 2024, The awards recognize sustainability efforts across various industries. The International Association of Business Communicators, Philippines said in a statement in the said awarding ceremony. Another role of the accountant is collecting and managing ESG data to make it credible and with integrity, as also mentioned by one of our resource person. So accountants are instrumental in collecting, organizing, and validating both financial and non-financial ESG data. I know accounting students and who are here this morning are all familiar when we say financial and non-financial ESG data. So of course, financial data are those that are part of the financial accounting process that leads to the preparation of the financial statements, while the non-financial data are those environmental, social, and governance information that may be used to measure some of the risks that are initially very important information as we go along with the sustainability reporting. Another company, the next, yes, is Aboitiz Power integrates sustainability KPIs with the GHG or the carbon footprint emissions per kilowatt hour usage and community investment into the accounting software. Accountants here in this company design internal data system to track energy consumption, waste segregation efforts, and labor practices, allowing managers to monitor ESG performance real time. In Avoid case, here are their purpose or goal. The Avoidis group adherence to sustainable business practices and social responsibility is key to their success story for the past 100 years. And their goal is to transform energy for a better world, taking advantage of emerging technologies and innovation. So the Avoidis group undertakes its great transformation into the Philippines' first technoglomerate amidst the country's continued post-pandemic recovery and transition to a decarbonized economy. Another role of the accountant, which is collecting and management, is being maintained in Aboitiz Power champions ethical practices and sustainability in the Philippines. So they engage in environmental, social activities to improve lives in the communities with governance at the hindsight. Jollibee Corporation is another company that really into that is into sustainability projects or programs. Accountants in Jollibee are responsible for preparing and validating accurate, complete, and timely financial statements in compliance with the Philippine reporting standards, the PFRS, and the Securities and Exchange Commission requirements. Jollibee's sustainability efforts, such as food waste reduction, energy efficient stores, and livelihood programs, are supported by accountant prepared reports aligned with global standards like the Global Reporting Initiative. Jollibee Food Corporation is the largest fast food company in the Philippines and is a major global player in the quick service restaurant industry. It was founded in 1978, but of the moment, it has 1,400 stores in the country and about 400 stores outside the Philippines. And that includes Singapore, Taiwan, Brunei, Indonesia. I think I have seen one in Indonesia. And Kuwait, in the Middle East, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, United Arab Emirates, and in Asia, like Hong Kong, Vietnam, Malaysia, and Taiwan. So it's almost all over the country. It's an original Filipino. I mean, this company is originally a Filipino, how do you call developed company. So these are the examples of the involvement, no, or how Jollibee penetrates the different countries in the world. Another role of the accountant is the enhancing transparency and credibility. How will an accountant do this? So accountants apply audit and control mechanism to ensure ESG data is accurate, complete, and trustworthy. Globe Telecoms, for example, in reviews by external auditor like the SGB and Ernst & Young with internal accountants preparing control documentation to validate inputs. Accountants ensure that data on supply chains, emission, or employee diversity is supported by evidence comparable year on year and meets international standards. Globe Telecom is one of the leading telecommunications companies in the Philippines, offering mobile, broadband, fixed line, and digital services, and established in 1935, is a subsidiary of Ayala Corporation and Singtel Group. Here are some of the involvement of the Globe Telecom. They are into human rights, labor, environment, and anti-corruption. These are all aligned with different SDGs that we are uh, espousing, that we are pushing for our corporation to undergo. These are some of the involvement of the company on sustainability issue. Another role of the accountant is integrating ESG into financial reporting and decision making. So accountants align sustainability with business operations, linking ESG risk to financial outcomes. Right. Ayala Corporation includes climate risk in its risk register and investment planning. Accountants help quantify potential financial impacts from rising energy prices or carbon taxes. ESG factors are embedded in capital budgeting decisions, example, allocating more capital to renewable energy over fossil fuels. Excuse me, farmer. Ayala Corporation is one of the oldest and largest conglomerates in the Philippines, with diversified portfolios spanning from real estate, banking, telecommunications, water, power, infrastructure, healthcare, logistics, education, and technology. And for their sustainability blueprint, they have lots of companies within the umbrella of the company and are engaged in the different, these companies are engaged in the different sustainability efforts. Another role of the accountant is promoting ethical practices and good governance. And accountants, as guardians of ethical conduct, fosters transparent and responsible governance systems. Accountants at an airline company like the Philippine Airlines are tracking non-compliance with anti-bribery law, conflict of interest guidelines, data privacy, and fair dealing that could harm brand value or investor trust. They ensure that the sustainability reports include disclosure on the independent directors on its board to ensure objective oversight. The audit committee, which is usually composed of accountants, regularly reviews internal controls, risk management systems, and financial reporting integrity. So this is the Philippine Airlines. Actually, it's the flag carrier of the Philippines and is the first commercial airline in Asia, founded in 1941. This is usually our airline when we go to Indonesia, and it's really. It is known for providing full service domestic and international flights with a reputation for Philippine hospitality and safety. And here are the involvement of Philippine Airlines in the sustainability efforts, no, their blueprint. And another role is capacity building and ESG advisory. So accountants also take on advisory roles, helping especially small, medium enterprises and government units understand and adopt ESG practices. SGB and Company, an accounting consultancy firm, provides ESG training to cooperatives and rural banks, guiding them on simple sustainability reporting using templates aligned with GRI for SMEs. Accountants also assist in creating ESG KPIs related to relevant to local context like sustainable farming practices, gender equality, and local hiring. So SGB and Company is the largest professional service firm in the Philippines, providing audit, tax, consulting, and advisory services. So SGB is widely respected for its technical excellence, integrity, and its role in shaping the Philippine accounting profession. It also plays a significant part in training top CPAs and finance professionals. The SGB advantage in business lies on its competitive advantage on insight, excellence, and quality service delivery. So SGB is the preferred professional services provider in the country for the country's top corporations and businesses. They are engaged in assurance, tax, and strategy and transactions and consulting services. Here are some of the activities that they provide their clientele. And the last role of the accountant is advocating for standardization and professional involvement. The Philippine Institute of Certified Public Accountants, which is the national organization of CPAs in the Philippines, and the Professional Regulations Commission that regulates the practice of accountancy in the country, are professional bodies that push the ESG integration into the accounting education, practice, and standards. Here are some of the pics that you can see there pertains to CPA. This is the members, the national members of the Philippine Institute of Certified Public Accountants, and they are engaged in conducting sustainability conference to address the needs of the professionals in providing services to their clientele for better ESG reporting. In summary, in ESG reporting, accountants ensure compliance with regulatory requirements, collect and manage financial and non-financial ESG data, enhance transparency and credibility, integrate ESG into financial reporting and decision-making, promotes ethical practices and good governance, strengthens capacity building and ESG advisory, and advocates for standardization. They advocate for standardization and professional involvement. So accountants are no longer just financial stewards, they are sustainability enablers. In the Philippines, their role in sustainability reporting is critical in ensuring transparency, regulatory compliance, stakeholders' trust, and long-term value creation. And as sustainability becomes a core business concern, accountants must evolve as ESG integrated professionals with knowledge of both financial and non-financial performance. And this ends my report. And terima kasih banyak. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm finished, Dr. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for Dr. Mima for your presentation. Okay. So I already look at the chat box and so many questions. But I think we can't answer all the questions, so we have to choose which one is related to this seminar. So, okay, is there any questions? It's already select the questions. Okay, because I think we run off the time for all the questions. If we answer all the questions. Okay, wait. So we choose, we're waiting for the students to give the question. The slide, which one? For the first, from the first speaker one. From who? Tifa Himpunan Universities. Di mana? Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, this is the question from Ratu Inggit from University International Women to Prof. Dr. Nana. There's Dr. Nana, are you still here?
Hi, sorry, yes?
Yeah, it's just there's a question for you from a student from International Women University. So not only EBIC, but we have other universities.
Okay,
So can you
okay.
read
Where's
on
the
the
question
screen?
on the screen now? Yes?
Yes.
As a student who is critically following ESG developments. Okay, you follow, Ratu. I noticed several companies in Southeast Asia, especially in the palm oil and textile industries, publish ESG reports that highlight sustainability commitment, but still face international criticism for environmental violations or poor labor conditions. In your view, how can governance practice be enforced more strictly to prevent this kind of ESG on paper only? But steps should be taken ensure that ESG reporting truly reflect what happened on ground. Big question, my goodness. All right. I give you a really quick number one. You yourself as a student, you actually said that you notice. That means that you experience. Are you there? Ratu, are you there? You can talk to me. Ratu, are you there? I really appreciate that actually students really concerned about violations, about concerns about ESG, that they have a great knowledge about it. Are you there? Okay, if you're not there, I'm just gonna keep going with my opinion though. I just say that okay, that's others. Okay. The steps that I gave, it's pretty much really a frame for any organizations. They actually have to do and follow, and that if on the way they actually have a bias on any reporting, it actually gonna be shown in auditing when it comes to audit. And you know, for those accountants like you guys, I believe there are many accountancy and finance students in here. Okay, I believe that that would be something that could help in terms of reporting with a good transparency. Okay, your question, I come back to your question, how can governance practice be enforced more strictly, preventing this kind of ESG on paper only? That means that you believe that there are more out there, there are more actions that not being reported. Am I right? Something that report and being violated and creates the controversial going on happening out there. Am I right? That's what you try to say, right? Is she there? Is she or he there? Okay. So I would say it's really Sorry, I'm currently on the way to camp. Okay, that's fine. So I just say that ESG, G is the governance. Your question, it actually hit on the governance that can be enforced on this, right? So you should have the ESG audits. You guys one day gonna be a good how to say, the future equipped to be audit all these things. So I think you will be the one who gonna audit all the ESG report. Okay, do that as well. Okay, so you require, I think to prevent that, every company, every organization should have the auditing and third party to assess what you actually report in there. Okay, being transparent about it. And number two, I just think get the meeting among the stakeholders, because I usually do in our institution, when we have any reporting, we report to stakeholders. So the stakeholder themselves will audit all those things, right? So you cannot really get away of what you I have undercover. Okay, and right now it's gonna be hard for people to actually lie because of the technology. Everything is too open now, can be searched, can be found. You lie today, trust me, one day inshallah they found your truth. Okay, so technology will take place. I don't believe that you can actually have a secret all the way. So violation, poverty happening, yes, there are undercover, yes, but surely the ESG will play their role, will do their jobs, okay, in audit all these things. So thank you for your question. Okay, I hope that my answer is all right, Prof. Ratih.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Nana. She answered that he currently on the way to campus, so that's cannot respond properly. Okay, next, the next questions. Okay, so these questions from Malik Hakim from IBIC to Dr. Farah. Are you still here, Dr. Farah? Is there any question for you?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, so this question is, how does ESG performance reflect a company's readiness to navigate the growing pressure of climate change, social transformation, and demand for transparent governance in an era of global disruptions? To what extent do investors, regulator, and other stakeholders rely on ESG performance as a key reference point in making decisions that significantly impact a company's long-term sustainability and strategic resilience? Can you read
So it's a long one. So wait. I'm trying to actually look at the question anyway. Couldn't see clear.
Couldn't
Because it's
see
orange.
clear. Okay, Zoom.
No.
Big. Okay, I asked to this.
Okay, maybe because of the color. Okay, that's all right. Now I can see.
Okay, it's all right.
Now,
Okay.
how does ESG performance reflect a company's readiness? I think I will actually like to answer in a question by question, because I think even though this seems like one question, but it actually contains a lot of it could contain several. Okay. Yeah. How does ESG performance reflect a company's readiness to navigate the growing pressure of climate change, social transformation, and demand from transparent governance in the era of global disruption? Okay. Now, a good question. Thanks, Malik. Right now, global disruption. Now, before I ask this question, what do you mean? We talk about global disruption. Okay. What do you mean by global disruption? Okay, what is the context that the terms that reflects on global disruption? One of those I will say that pandemics, the geopolitics, conflicts. What else? The climate change, of course, sustainability, a technological shift, financial crisis, supply chain crisis, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that is global change. Global disruption, right? So how your question is asking, how does this ESG performance reflect, reflect to those components that I've mentioned just now. So I will say that whatever it is, because ESG is actually reflecting to the activities that is handled and that is actually been run and covered, all the activities that is covered by the what so called by the company, right, by the businesses out there, by the SMEs, EMSMEs, and so on and so forth. So when it comes to the global disruption, we'll take only one lah. We'll take only one global disruption in terms of pandemics. Dah tak ada dah, COVID kan, no longer. Maybe geopolitical conflicts. We take an example of like Russia and also Ukraine war, where it really affect the global energy price, the food supplies, as well as the inflation, right? So this context, ESG, I guess it remains, because even though there will be a global disruption, the global disruption is actually disrupted to only specific what so-called country that affected. Okay, but assuming that if it is happen across the world, which means that every countries are affected, we can still, I guess we can still actually reflect with all the criteria, all the performance imposed by the ESG, as long as we know and we understand the concept of ESG. Because I guess ESG there's nothing got to do with the disruption, the economic disruption, the politics is disruption, the technology disruption, because that is actually based on the internal practices and so on and so forth. Okay. I'm trying to actually understand the question as well. And demands for transparent governance in the era of global disruption. Okay, so I hope that is what I can actually, that is what I can actually give you a feedback on that. Because I will say that whatever it is, even though there's a lot or a big huge challenges out there, but when it comes to ESG, because this is our internal practice, our beliefs, okay, whatever happened, we still stand on our beliefs, right? Because we don't give up. All right, as I mentioned to you just now, ESG is not about obligation or optional. It's just it is a priority. It's not a trend. It is something that you really need to actually do and comply, because you are not saving it today, because the global disruption may actually reflect to the current situation that happened today, but ESG is something that goes beyond that. So anything happen, in terms of I'll just take the four macro environment, issues, the politics, the social governance, perhaps the technology, and also the economy. Whatever happened in that situation, we still can actually run the context, the concept, and the practice of ESG, as long as we are determined with it, because we are actually looking forward rather than now. Okay, so that is actually my first question, to reflect this first question. Now, second question: to what extent do investor or regulators or other stakeholders rely on ESG performance? All right, how do we rely on ESG performance as a key reference point in making decisions that significantly impact a company's long-term sustainability and also strategic resilience? Okay, this is the one that I've mentioned to you just now. Okay, this is among the huge challenge that we are facing right now. When I say we, I'm looking at the context of nation, and even though that context is also relevant and reflecting to the other countries, not only Malaysia. Okay, so that's why when we talk about ESG performance, the regulator, the investor, and also the key the stakeholders, we really wanted and expect that all the companies, all the SMEs, I'm talking about the SMEs. I'm not looking at the big, company and so on and so forth. Looking at the zoom in to the SMEs. Okay, how do they make decision? To what extent do these parties here rely on ESG performance, making decision that is significantly impact to the companies? Well, greenwashing. Just now I did mention on greenwashing, right? Sometimes we cannot rely on the report as what has been actually sent and and what has been actually reported before, because sometimes people can say thousands of words, they can actually give thousands of promises, but what happened was that when it comes to the reality, yeah, they did not walk the talk. All right, so making to say, yeah, having to say that when they did not walk the talk, that means it's very difficult for us to actually give and make a good decision, yeah, that could actually give an impact to the companies. So the best thing is that, yeah, when all the groups that you mentioned here, the investor, the regulator, and also the stakeholders, yeah, when they really want to rely on the ESG performance, okay, they would want to actually look at what are the achievement, the real achievement, rather than the context that has been written in the report itself. For example, yeah, uh, um, the way that they practices, what are the practices that they have had in the company, what are the practices that they have had, in daily life. Okay, are they still using as simple as reusable, waste, or are they really use and actually comply unethical manner that may disrupt, that may harm the planet, that may harm the society out there or not. So even though in the report itself they have made and promised a very good things, but what are the beliefs, what are the practices that they have made? Okay, so from there, then only we can actually look and trigger the company's long-term sustainability and the strategic reliance. I hope I do answer the question. Well, actually, to answer the question, there's a lot of like other elements that I have to actually embed and give the examples in this. But I guess time is really not with us. So I guess I'm just giving a teaser. And if you want to know more on that, Malik, you can actually text and contact me. Okay. All right. With that, I think that's all from me, Dr. Ratih. Back to you.
Okay, thank you very much. That's a good, very good explanation for us. Okay, next we have one questions. This is for Dr. Mima from Tifal Yomanasiha from Tazkia Islamic University. So can you read, Dr. Mima, the question, or I would like to read it for you.
Yes, please. It's quite blurred in my part here. So please, Dr. T, can you read it for me?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. The question is, in assessing a company ESG performance, what key elements in their annual report should we focus on? Are there any specific disclosure or indicator that can help us evaluate the credibility and effectiveness of their ESG initiative?
Dr. T, can I have the last part? Are there any
Are there
specific
any specific disclosure
disclosure or indicator, is that
indicator,
indicator,
yeah,
that
that
can
can
help us
help us evaluate the
the
credibility?
okay,
Yeah. Okay.
of their initiatives?
Yeah.
Okay. As in my presentation a while ago, I provided companies that represents different kinds of companies in different industries, only to show that ESG reporting for those companies are different from each other, depending on the nature of their on the industry or the line of business they are focusing on, right? So, for example, for power corporation, so they are very particular about carbon footprints. So, monitoring how these companies are doing in the area of reducing carbon dioxide, for emissions, and how to balance this risk to their profitability. Uh, Vis-a-vis their profitability is one that has to be given attention. For companies that are engaged in food, for example, like the Jollibee, so waste reduction and matters are to be given focused on, and how this can be mitigated, uh, and also in relation to their performance, no? The use of, for example, packaging, and whether how are they going to reduce waste in terms of packaging, and that leads to decision making also in terms of cost, in cost, no, cost profit and cost benefit analysis. So those are the things that need to be looked into for Philippine Airlines, for example, an airline company. This industry is more on safety and service. So looking into how are they dealing with their customers, and as to how maintenance are being undertaken, are also very important factors. There can be problems in terms of customers' trust and confidence, no, in how they are running their business. So I think those are the indicators. It depends on the line of business and the major lines of business, and how are they being, this the risk that these are that the risk that the company is facing in order to sustain their operations are the most important aspects in ESG monitoring and disclosure. Thank you, Dr. P.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Mima, for your explanations. I hope the answers will be satisfied by students. Okay, I think we don't have time for answer all the questions. So I would like to give the conclusions for the seminar today. The seminar emphasized that the effective governance is key to transparent and ethical ESG reporting, building trust and long-term value, while ESG reporting offer benefit like improved reputation and risk management, challenges remain, including regulatory change and data issues. Accountants play a vital role in ensuring accurate ESG reporting through their expertise. Advising ESG practices requires collaboration among governance body, regulation, and accounting professionals to support sustainable business and meet global challenges. So, once again, a big thank to our speaker, Prof. Nana, Dr. Farah, and also Dr. Mima. Your expertise and willingness to share your knowledge and have made this event truly memorable and impactful. So for me, it has been a great honor to moderate this session. I'm Ratih Puspitasari, bid farewell and hand over back to the MC. Thank you very much. Also, thank you very much for Dr. Yasmin who's already attended this seminar. Hope you see you again. Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Back to MC. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you to Dr. Ratih for helping us to moderate today's webinar. And thank you to all the speakers for presenting such insightful material. Next, we will give the certificates to the speaker. First, for our keynote speaker, Dr. Sutarti. To the documentation team, are you ready for the documentation session? So there will be a symbolic giving the certificate. Okay, we will document session. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, next, for our first speaker, Dr. Wanamina Bostan Ali. Okay, we will take a photo. 1, 2, 3. Okay, next, for our second speaker, Assistant Professor Dr. Farah Akmar Anwar Salim. Okay, we also will take a photo together. 1, 2, 3. And then for our third speaker, Dr.
Ada
Mima
din speaker, please.
Weva.
Nggak kok apa-apa.
Okay, we will take a photo together. 1, 2, 3. Next, the certificate was presented to Dr. Ratih as a moderator in International Webinar Act-Tion 2025. Okay, we will take a photo together. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Before we end this webinar, I'd like the follow again. To the moderator and of the speaker, also the all participants, please activate your camera. Okay, the first slide. 1, 2, 3. Okay, next slide. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you can try different pose. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you for attention and cooperation for all participants. Next, there's also information for the participant. The certificate, you can access the certificate link in the Zoom chat, link YouTube chat, and the participant WhatsApp group, and the link will be closed 25 minutes after the event ends. So, all participants are expected to fill it out immediately. As we come to the end of today's webinar, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to all of you for your active participation and enthusiasm throughout the session. We are especially thankful to our speaker, Dr. Sutarti, Dr. Wanamina, Dr. Farah, and Dr. Mima, who have shared their knowledge and insight with us today. Thank you also to Dr. Ratih as the moderator and to all participants who have attended and actively participated in this event. Your presence and involvement have made Act-Tion 2025 so meaningful and memorable. Hopefully, we can apply all the knowledge that has been gained from this webinar and apply it in our daily life. Let us continue to learn and innovate to achieve our goals. With that, I would like to take my leave. Please accept my apologies for any shortcoming during this session. I sincerely hope we can meet again at the next event. Thank you and see you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Mima. Thank you, Dr. Farah. We'll see you again. I will send it, the certificate to email.
Thank you, Dr. T.
Certificate for Dr. Yasmin. Bye.
Gabi, po,